But there's another mushroom that's extremely fancy and precious, and that is the morel mushroom. So first,
That's very interesting. Who doesn't like them?
Interesting.
And then give us this beautiful truffle mushroom pasta. Well,
I mean, do you need 100 eggs to make a truffle mushroom pasta?
soft and jiggly. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's just all yolks. That is.
I wish I was there right now doing that. So good. I want to play with eggs all day long.
Parmesan cheese from the massive 82-pound wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano that I've recently brought in from Italy.
We did a reaction video to that. You can see my video where I react. Eating the pasta with him in the video. Beautiful. Guys, in this video we are reacting to Nick Di Giovanni, a great MasterChef winner, and he also has a fantastic channel. Today he's gonna make 100 egg yolk pasta. Over 3 million people have watched this video, but I want to know how many of you have made it. How do you do that by hand? How can you do it? Let's watch this and let's react to Nick.
We're gonna make a truffle pasta today with 100 egg yolks.
He is my favorite Dragon Ball character.
Yes, you heard me right, 100 egg yolks.
It's insane, 100 egg yolk. How can you come up with such a crazy idea? Huh? To make a pasta dough with 100 egg yolk. How many people helped you to do this? Huh? It's gonna take you all day just to break the eggs.
To get that kind of scares me a little bit. But we are here right now on this channel to do crazy things with food. So why not do that? But in the pasta, I want to buff it up a little bit more. And I actually want to use an ingredient that, quite frankly, I don't really like that much, but that goes along really well with truffles.
Okay, what is it? Tell me. What goes well with truffle? Extra virgin olive oil, cheese, truffle.
A few mushrooms. Now, wait a second.
Yeah, mushrooms are very good. You know, truffles are mushrooms. Truffles are mushrooms that grow underneath the soil, while mushrooms go above the soil. Very interesting.
If you hear the word mushrooms and you immediately hate it, just hear me out for a quick moment.
Why do you hate it? Mushrooms are so good. I love porcini mushrooms, but I love any type of mushrooms. If they cook the right way, served the right way, they are so good.
I'm going to use the best of the best when it comes to mushrooms.
What is that?
Truffles, of course, you have to consider the king of all mushrooms. And that's almost a separate category. But there's another mushroom that's extremely fancy and precious. And that is the morel mushroom. So first,
That's very interesting. Who doesn't like them?
Interesting.
Now, normally you're only ever going to find these dried in a market unless you get super lucky. But they also happen to be super expensive.
They're expensive, they're impossible to find, almost impossible to find, but they give a nice taste. I would say use porcini, don't go wrong, or use any type of easy mushrooms that you can get, something that is not overpowering, something that is not too strong, because the truffle is already very powerful, so you want a nice subtle mushrooms when you make pasta with mushrooms and truffle, okay? Both of them cannot be too strong, okay? The truffle, it needs to be the powerful one, the mushroom needs to be a delicate touch.
This right here is what I'm going to call my egg palace. Most of you have probably never seen this many eggs, and if
Never seen that many eggs, and I will never do this. It was gonna take me all day. It's a lot of eggs. Where do you get all these eggs? How many? He robbed an egg farmer.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
this is probably around 150 eggs. I didn't count exactly, I just wanted to give myself a little bit of buffer room if I break a few yolks on the way.
That's insane. Okay. Oh, let's watch this. I'm really excited.
I'm gonna rest in the fridge for a little bit and then give us this beautiful truffle mushroom pasta. Well,
I mean, do you need 100 eggs to make a truffle mushroom pasta? You already have a crazy mushroom there. You got the truffle. At this point, just buy the pasta. Anyway, it's a show and we like it.
for now, I don't want to make any puns or anything, but let's get cracking. Alright, so they're gonna be timing me right now. See how fast I can go through 100 eggs.
Wait, are you showing me that you want to go with 2 little bowls like that for 100 egg yolks? I think you need a big bowl, my friend. That's way too small.
To start, I'll say that this is where we're gonna put the yolk. So I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil so that nothing's...
Nick likes to use extra virgin olive oil for pasta dough. He's done this in the other video I reacted to as well. He just loves it.
Because whenever you're separating out egg yolks, you wanna lubricate them just a little bit so they're not sticking together and then breaking. So without further ado, let's get the timer going. Dun, 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 dun.
I got so much pressure now. You're not a master chef. Come on, Nick, relax. Do it with your pace.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna save all these egg whites. Oh my God, I broke the first one. I broke the first one.
Oh, see, relax. But I don't understand. Why do you make the dough with the yolks? Huh? Forever, pasta is made with the entire egg. You use 100 grams of flour for one entire egg. 100 grams of flour, one entire egg. And that should be enough for one person, okay? 200 grams, 2 eggs. 300 grams of flour, 3 eggs. Very easy. You don't need to use the egg yolk. What are you gonna do with the white? You don't wanna throw out all this beautiful white.
I can't go this fast. I can't go this fast. Keep in mind, I can eat all these eggs that are over here, but it's just sort of more of a... All right, so first egg done. 1, okay.
I'm actually shocked that all the egg yolks are fitting in the little bowl. I was surprised. I didn't expect that, but they might fit in there. Oh my God, you opened 50 in 10 minutes. I thought it was gonna take you all day. Well done. 50 in 10 minutes.
My hands are so cold. Can you cut the cameras for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
This guy is mad. I love him. I love him. That's why I like this guy. He's so popular everywhere, on every social media, and he deserves to be this popular.
Guys, I'm just kidding. This is water. But let's do a little...
Oh yeah, we believe you. For some reason, I believe you. That's wine. Even open it. Listen to the crack when you open the bottle. That's a new bottle. Listen. Hey.
Guys, I'm just kidding. This is water. But let's do a little halftime check-in while I go through these eggs. So, as you can see, I've done 50 of these eggs. And come closer here. I'll show you how crazy this is. Look at this bowl of yolks. This is so soft and jiggly. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's just all yolks. That is...
I wish I was there right now doing that. So good. I want to play with eggs all day long. This guy has the best job ever. That's what I want to do from now on. I want to play with eggs.
It is crazy. It's a cool sight. I almost wish I could kind of wiggle my fingers. Let's keep rolling. $99 right here. Egg 99. Look at this fat, full bowl of eggs.
Can't believe the first 2 eggs kind of didn't work and now all of them are fine.
100 egg yolks. All right, now that we have those 100 egg yolks all measured out, we're gonna go a little...
Bravo, bravo.
So let's drop this empty bowl, identical to what those egg yolks are in, onto a scale. And I see here that it's 1,030 grams. And I'm then gonna tear the scale to account for that bowl that the egg yolks are in again. Swap out those bowls, and I find that this is 1,800 grams or so. So because we have about 18...
So it's 1 kilo and 38 grams.
So because we have about 1,800 grams of eggs here, we're gonna use about 3,600 grams of flour.
Guys, this is insane. If you use 100 eggs, you need 10 kilos of flour, okay? So what he's saying doesn't make sense because he said it's got 1.8 kilos and you're using 3.6 of flour. You're not making pizza here. I don't understand what you're doing. You're not making your pizza dough. You need to use 1 egg, 1 entire egg for 100 grams, okay? 100 eggs is 10 kilos of flour if you use the entire egg. How are you gonna replace the white? I don't know. But what are you doing here? It doesn't make sense. So who taught you to make pasta this way? See, these modern chefs, someone modern, gourmet, show you to do this. No one has been making pasta all their life using the entire egg. You never throw out the white when you make pasta. In the kitchen, you don't throw out food, okay? You keep the food. You use every single ingredient that you have to create, okay? So I don't understand why some modern chef, could be Italian, came up with this idea to use only egg yolks. It's wrong. Yes, the pasta looks darker and prettier, but you don't do that.
So I'll swap this out. Now put our original bowl back on and begin to measure out 3,600 grams of flour. If you don't know, that's a lot of flour. And after I have about 1,600 in here and
You need 10 kilos of flour.
2,000 grams in here, we've got all the flour we need. To make our pasta, you know I like to use the classic Italian grandma well method. And that
If you use the classic Italian grandma method, you need to use the entire egg.
essentially means dumping our flour out into the center of our cutting board. But don't forget, we have another bowl. So we'll be dumping all the flour out onto the middle of that cutting board into this massive, massive mound, almost like some sort of anthill, keeping everything nice and even. And then I'll take this very same bowl and push it down right into the middle of the well.
I like this technique. That's something nice. That's something that very smart, very smart. I normally go with my fingers, with my hands, but this is cool. This is cool.
Slowly rotating to make a nice little shape in the middle to put our egg yolks. And now
See, it's very important to have the well. See, the well so high, the well needs to keep all these eggs together, okay? If your well is not as strong, you don't have a volcano there that protects your eggs, the eggs will go out and will make a mess on the floor, let me tell you. So make sure you do the well very well.
very, very gently into the middle of our well, we put those 100 egg yolks, letting them fall on top of each other.
They look so beautiful, the eggs. Egg porn. Look how good they are. Look at that.
Just like that. And by the way, look how perfectly all of those fit. Normally, I'd whisk this up with a fork, but this is way too small. So we're gonna ditch the fork and replace it with a whisk.
Yeah.
Time to get crazy. That
And always keep in mind, you don't want the egg to go out of the well.
is unreal. Look at that yolk. That's the coolest thing ever. So the idea here is that we're gonna whisk this up until all those yolks are nice and fully combined. And when I say we really needed a whisk, I'm not kidding. We really needed a whisk. Egg yolks are extremely fatty and thick. Almost as thick as me, in fact.
This guy, he is funny.
It does really require some elbow grease. Once we've whisked all those yolks up, we're then
Well, with 100 eggs, of course you do. You know, you need to work a lot harder than this.
I'm gonna start bringing some flour in from the outside of our massive well. This
Bravissimo. The reason why you do that is because you want to make this egg yolk creamier and thicker, so that way it's easier to manage by hand.
is when things will get pretty difficult to stir. But because of how much yolk there is here, we have to be really careful not to break the well. So I'm
Bravissimo. Otherwise you make a mess.
gonna come around the edges with my hands and help guide everything right into the center.
I would say next time make the well a little bit wider, make it bigger, so you have more space for the flour to go in. At the moment, the volcano is about to erupt.
Krakatoa!
As long as you're really focused at this step in the process, it'll be fine. But in this case, I'm making so much pasta that I have this volcano that will essentially explode all over my kitchen if I break the edges. So I have to be really careful here. The more I stir, the thicker it'll get, and then it'll be harder and harder to stir it all together.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want this to be very thick so you can turn this into a dough. But at the moment, I find it very hard, my friend. You should have made this wider, a lot wider, because now you have all this flour there, keeping the eggs together, but the wall, it's there supporting the eggs. If you start getting the flour, more flour, eventually the wall becomes thinner and thinner and it will break.
But eventually, it'll get thick enough that it's not gonna spill everywhere and I can just combine everything all at once. At this point, scrape off your whisk and prepare to get those hands dirty, because it's been combined enough that it's not gonna run off our table.
Fantastic.
Now I'm lifting all of this dough in on top of itself, pressing and pulling and lifting and dropping. My entire cutting board is gonna be full of this beautiful, beautiful pasta dough. But this is probably the most beautiful thing I've ever done on this cutting board. So
See, there's so much flour there. There's way too much flour and not enough eggs.
closer and closer to that uniform pasta dough that we're looking for. You should see that beautiful yellow color from the egg yolk start to come out. All right, well, I've been eating.
Hey guys, what's going on? How did you jump there? Okay, it didn't work for sure. It was way too much flour and not enough eggs. It didn't work. I don't know how you got to this point, but you didn't show us. And let me tell you, it didn't work. There was way too much flour. When you make pasta, you need 1 egg and 100 grams of flour. 2 eggs, 200 grams. 5 eggs, 500 grams, okay? Every egg, 100 grams of flour. Extra virgin olive oil, It's something extra you can do. A little bit of water, it's an extra. But all you need is eggs and flour. This was done differently.
This for quite a while, and I wanted to turn off the video just to give myself a breather. You know, I've been breathing pretty heavily.
Hey Nick, I love you very much. I know you very much, Nick, but it is a trick. Let me tell you, he didn't show us for a reason. It was way too much flour. Come on, be honest and tell me, yes, you're right.
At this point, and it's a fat piece of dough. I mean, this is just like, this is the biggest piece of dough you could ever imagine. But the real thing here is that I'm not gonna be able to do all of this right now. If I were to do this on camera, we would not have daylight anymore. So
this is gonna take forever, very hard. It's a bit too hard. Maybe you need to add a little bit of water to make it a little bit moist so it's easier for you to massage the dough.
what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna hack off a nice, beautiful end piece with my bench scraper.
Very smart move.
For now, I just want to knead this dough until it's really nice and smooth. And you can see that already, just a few minutes in, we're getting that beautiful elasticity that we're looking for.
Bellissimo, very nice and smooth.
Perhaps more importantly, it's also getting that beautiful yellow vibrancy that we want in a nice...
Yes, it is important, but don't focus too much on the yellow. Don't focus too much on the color, okay? Focus on the taste. Focus on the thickness that you're getting from the pasta that you're creating, okay?
Egg yolk dough. Once we've kneaded this for about 8 minutes or so into a beautiful, nice dough, we're gonna plop it down, cover it up with plastic wrap, and rest it in the fridge for about a half an hour until it's had some time to...
10 minutes is enough. Half an hour is great.
Now for cooking our mushrooms, I'm gonna go in with a big spoonful of white truffle butter. The butter...
Wait, so you're not using real truffle, you're using truffle butter? Come on, man. You're using expensive mushrooms like that, and you don't wanna use real truffle?
Butter itself is also homemade, which you already know is my go-to thing to do. And now, once that's melted down, I'm gonna toss in all my mushrooms, followed immediately by a nice sprinkle of salt. Now,
It's generous with salt, I like it. But how much pasta you make? If you made 100 egg yolk pasta, you can't use a pan that small. I need you to use a massive pan. You're not making enough pasta for so many people. You're making enough pasta just for you.
Now we'll let those get nice and cooked through, fully coated in all that beautiful butter, and perhaps a little bit crispy here and there. Once those mushrooms are all nice and crispy and
I think you need some extra virgin olive oil in there, just to help cooking the mushrooms. They're not releasing water, these mushrooms.
cooked, let's set them aside. Now to make our actual beautiful cream sauce, we're gonna go in with a little bit more of that truffle butter. Once that's melted, we're gonna go in with a nice little sprinkle of all-purpose flour, and then mix that up until it's a nice smooth paste.
This guy, he likes creamy pastas. He likes to use flour, butter to make pastas creamy. I reacted to his Wheels pasta video, and man, he made a bechamel sauce for the pasta. It was way too heavy in the pasta wheel. Ooh, this guy eats heavy pastas.
Creating what we call a roux. That's R-O-U-X. Essentially what we're doing here is making something that's gonna help us make a thicker sauce that'll stick to our pasta. Once that roux is thickened up a little bit, we're gonna add in a little bit of our half and half, or heavy cream. And
Why do you need cream all the time? You have a beautiful truffle pasta. Your truffle is covered, the mushrooms are gone. Just try to use simple ingredients so I can enjoy the flavors of the mushrooms and the truffle. You don't need cream, you don't need to cover all this. It's like if you serve lobster, you put cheese on the lobster or cream on the lobster. I want to enjoy the flavors of the fresh lobster. I don't want to cover the flavors with cream.
And we're just gonna stir that around until it begins to thicken just a little bit, which should happen in just a minute or so. Once that begins to thicken up, I'll grate in some fresh Parmesan cheese from the massive 82-pound wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano that I've recently brought in from Italy.
We did a reaction video to that. You can see my video where I react to his Parmigiano wheel pasta, and he has his little mice eating the pasta with him in the wheel.
Once I've grated in enough Parmesan to make it nice and thickened, I'm gonna add some pure minced black truffle to my sauce.
That's lovely, but you could have made the sauce just with that, the mushrooms, the extra virgin olive oil. You don't need all this cream.
And mix that up until it's evenly dispersed. The smells coming off of this sauce right now are absolutely incredible.
Yes, it comes out, but you're covering all the beautiful flavors from the truffle cream. I love truffle cream. Don't do that to the truffle cream.
I can confidently tell you right now that this is gonna make probably one of the best pastas we've ever tasted in this kitchen. But for now, our pasta sauce and our mushrooms are ready to go, so it's time to do that pasta. Once we take that dough out of the
Finally, yay!
fridge, let's unroll it and appreciate how smooth it is. Our next step Here, after pressing out that dough, is going to be to flour it just a little bit here. Then press it out so that we can push it through our machine. Sometimes it's good to get a rolling pin, but just like rolling out the dough, I like to do it by hand. Once we've shaped this dough into a nice elongated piece, really pressing and stretching it out, we can flour our machine and then begin rolling.
Wait, he's using a very big piece, guys. Come on, you don't need that much pasta dough to make a batch. Okay, if you watch Manona's video, you watch my video, you can see that you don't need much. You just need little slice at a time to make a little batch. Pasta should be this long, no more than this, because if you make it way too long, you need a knife to cut it. It's hard to eat. You need pasta to be this long, no more than this. So that way you can twirl the pasta. This is way too long. I can tell. It's gonna be a very long pasta.
It's not going to look very pretty after the first go around, but that's why I like to.
No, it doesn't look pretty. The first few rounds should be about getting the bubbles out and the hair out.
Fold it up and put it through a couple times at first. Eventually, you're going to start to get this really nice smooth dough. And
Look how long it is.
as long as you continue flouring and lubricating everything, it'll go through smoothly. Once you've gone through the lowest setting on your pasta maker a couple of times, go ahead and change the dial to make it a little bit thinner. Then,
If you want to win the longest pasta challenge, yay, you're the winner. But we're eating this pasta, okay? This is not a competition. So show me how you make a real pasta.
once that's all nice and laid out on the cutting board, flour it up just a little bit more. And today we're going to do something special and cut our pasta by hand.
Nice.
I want those beautiful, luxurious sheets of pasta here. So I'm gonna gently cut nice pieces out of it and then make beautiful, thick strips of pasta.
Making pappardelle, bravissimo.
Just like this. Something about having thick pasta like this when you have beautiful mushrooms, truffles, and other things makes it seem so much more incredible to me.
Yeah, bravo, Nick. Such a good guy. A good boy.
Oh, who's a good boy?
I am. I'm a good boy. But no.
Once I've cut a nice selection of beautiful strips from my pasta, which don't have to be the same shapes and sizes, but at least relatively similar,
Yeah, it's handmade. Have fun. It doesn't have to be perfect.
we're ready to go ahead and cook. Before we drop in that pasta, we'll
I love this pot. I love this glass pot. I want this so much. Now you can see the salt going in. Look at that.
put a bunch of salt to get that water salty like the ocean. Once
Bellissimo.
all that salt's in there, the pasta will actually get seasoned when we go to cook it. So now, when the water comes to a boil again, just like we see here, we drop in those beautiful sheets of pasta.
Bello.
Give your water a quick twirl to let it spin around and not let any of that pasta stick together, and then we just let this cook for a few moments. When our pasta's
Fresh pasta doesn't take long. 3, maximum 5 minutes. It depends on the thickness. I would say maximum 5 minutes and this is ready.
almost done and all that starch has rinsed off into the water, I'm gonna take a spoonful or two and drop it right into my truffle sauce to
Nice. Starting to like it now.
thin it out a little bit and also get some of that pasta water incorporated in our final dish. That is an absolute must when it comes to making pasta.
Beautiful.
Now that my pasta's been fully cooked, I'll bring this back and strain it. This last step here doesn't require much. We're really just combining everything.
It's finally using extra virgin olive oil. Yay!
So first we go in with just a splash of olive oil, enough to coat the bottom of our pan. Then we'll go in with those beautiful mushrooms.
It is reviving them. Oh, you put the sauce straight away. Okay.
Follow that with our amazing truffle sauce. And last but not least, our pasta.
Too many pans you use. You use way too many pans.
Then we'll gently fold and lift this over itself until it's nice and well combined, making sure that all that pasta is beautifully coated with our
Looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. You need to put some pasta water in there and just toss it, please.
sauce, and being as delicate as we possibly can to not mess up any of those beautiful strands of pasta. At this point, your pasta is ready to plate. To plate our pasta, I'll twirl it around a little bit and drop it right down in the center of my black plate.
Bellissimo, guys. This is beautiful. This pasta is so good. 100 egg yolk pasta. I already forgot. I mean, where is the rest of the pasta? You would never make that much pasta, let me tell you. But this pasta is good. Good creation. You know, I regret what I said before. The cream, you know, beautiful. I love it. It looks so good. So maybe I will replace the mushrooms with normal mushrooms or with porcini mushrooms, just because it's not easy to find these mushrooms. But this pasta is really good, Nick. This is good, Nick. This is good. And when you make the pappardelle by hand, that's when I said, this guy is awesome.
That white on black contrast from this pasta on the plate is absolutely gorgeous. Make sure you stack high and tight, because when you plate, you don't want everything to be an absolute mess. And don't forget to top it with a few of those beautifully large wood ear mushrooms. Then we're gonna come on with a little bit of that Parmesan.
Why not? Let's put more cheese. Why not? Yeah, creamy, cheesy. This is good. We need a glass of white wine here. A nice white wine would be perfect with this to clean your palate, you know? Choose your favorite white wine, but white wine will give you a great experience in your mouth.
That slowly melt over the top of our pasta. And last but not least, we have some edible gold leaf.
Oh my God, Nick, do you have to use that gold? Come on, you're over the top now. Come on.
Which quite simply begs to be placed over a dish this good. I think it's safe to say that this right here is worthy of being an 100 yolk pasta. Okay, we had to bring in Isabel to try the pasta.
Ooh, is that your girlfriend, Nick? You were impressed with the gold. Now I know why you use the gold. You want to impress her.
Because I feel like you guys always get mad when I'm trying my own food and then just raving about it. So it's really not fair for me to do that anymore. So
you made your best dish you ever made and you said, this is the time to win her heart. Yes, maybe you will. She's happy. She already knows she's gonna eat well today.
crazy pasta right here. It's 100 egg yolk pasta in this. I mean, there's not 100.
That's the thing. You made 100 egg yolk pasta, but you're going to throw out all that beautiful pasta dough. What video did we watch?
It looks like that, but it's pretty good. Big bite.
Very good.
What's it taste like?
Pretty creamy. I like the gold. The mushrooms are a little strong, but they're really good. I like it a lot. And they're kind of strong, but it's really good. You gotta like mushrooms.
Can you believe that?
He's flirting now. He's flirting. They like each other. Hey, let me tell you, this pasta is great. I agree with her. The mushrooms are a bit too strong. Yeah, Nick. No, not for everyone. The mushrooms. I love it. I love it. Some people say it's a bit too strong, so maybe go for subtle mushrooms because you got the cream, you have the truffle. I agree with her, Nick. A more delicate mushroom would have given 10 out of 10, maybe. Okay. I'm with her. But you guys look good as a couple, so I hope you date each other. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode. What do you think of Nick? Do you like Nick? And do you think this video of Nick is great? I think it is. It's just that when he made the pasta, it didn't impress me. He didn't make the pasta. It was way too much flour. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I'll see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate.